So you were involved in capturing and interrogating Abu Zubaydah, a high-ranked official in al-Qaeda who the government at the time assumed had information about a second larger attack after 9/11.
Right.
In an interview you did with CNN, you described him as, quote, a frightened young man who was in way over his head, had made terrible mistakes, and was going to pay for it. Do you stand by that description of
Oh,
Zubaydah?
I do. I remember being shocked at how young Abu Zubaydah was when we captured him. He was only in his 20s. And once he came out of his coma, he was very severely injured when we captured him. He was shot by a Pakistani policeman 3 times with an AK-47, once in the stomach, once in the groin, and once in the thigh. So he was comatose for the first nearly 24 hours that we had him. But when he finally came out of this coma, he spent most of his time crying because of the mistakes he had made. He said he had never wanted to attack the United States. His plan instead was to attack Israel, and that he would never know the joy of fatherhood. He would never know the touch of a woman. He really had great regrets in those early days after his capture.
Wow, interesting. And Zubaydah was tortured, waterboarded 83 times. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you weren't aware of the extent of that waterboarding. Maybe a couple of times that it happened, or
I thought it had happened once, and
okay.
the reason I thought that is because that's what was reported from the field to headquarters. That's what my colleagues were talking about in the hall. Even inside the CIA, the people carrying out the torture were lying about it to cover it up. And they were reporting back that he had been waterboarded the one time and he had broken and he had given us information that we needed to stymie a future attack. We now know from the Senate torture report that that just simply wasn't true.